There goes the swag bag.
Gotta iron out the butt at least. Gotta show off the cake.
It doesn't fucking grip. I look at it. There's 2 teeth missing.
Wrong show.
Good morning, beautiful. It is almost 10 a.m. I have woken up like 3 separate times now. I am so fucking tired. But yay, trash chase day. Woo.
After waking up, I promptly spent some time on my phone, as most Zoomers do. I proceeded to then get up and do my morning routine, which you can see here. After I forced myself to get up, I spent some time editing, then a shower, accompanied by, entertainment.
You will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world.
And of course, because we're going to a show, a shave. Gotta look proper for these men, of course. A slight detour to receive food from my lovely girlfriend, and then preparations for tonight. Then came the swag bag himself.
Swiggity swag.
New iPhone 13.
Finalizing preparations.
Oh, we dripped out.
And then a bite to eat.
The average trash taste eater.
Probably eating better than 90% of anime fans.
For real.
Just had some eats with the boy.
Eating the fish and chips.
He ate his fork.
I was trying to grip it, right? It doesn't fucking grip. I look at it. There's 2 teeth missing. I look for it. It's not here. I ate the fucking teeth. I ate this shit.
Good job, babe. Proud of you.
Whoa.
We then headed our merry way from Abe's former employer to Hollywood, where many a conversation ensued.
So, I'm with my homie back at university. And, whoa. So I'm with my homie back in university. And he's like, bro, come on, bro, to the crib. My roommate left his sex robot. And I was like, okay. So I pull up. And I'd known about the sex robot before. I heard stories about it. You know, like he bought it. It was like $2,000. And, you know, he fucks that shit. And it's really realistic. But I never got to see it. I only heard the stories.
Right.
So I pull up.
At the after party, you and all your friends, I know you love to get naughty.
Sipping
But on that hand, I know you love that Bacardi.
I pull up, and he's like, all right, man, we gotta go in the closet. So we go in the fucking closet, and you just see like a fucking lump, a mass, covered in a blanket with feet coming out. And he's like, bro, we gotta get this shit out of there. So we try to pull that shit out. It's like 100 pounds. On God, 100 pounds, because it has an exoskeleton of like metal. And then I'm taking it out. I take that shit off. Its head came off, by the way. So I had to reattach it. And it was fucking beautiful. It had like tits, booty. It felt nice. And it was like a whole-on sex robot. Like, you can move each finger and make it do like fucking like this pose, like that, and like this, and everything. Even the toes. It had nails, like acrylic nails done. It was legit. It was bad. And the homie was like, yeah, dude, I just fucked it in the ass like 10 minutes ago before we got here. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna fuck that shit. And he was like, yeah, I was trying to clean it out. And I looked at it, I'm like, bro, this is a real ass sex robot. Like, there's $2,000 spent on this thing. $2,000. And I remember just like slapping its titties, slapping its ass. We like dressed it for a little bit, just played around, put the panties on, put a shoe on.
The Travis Scott shirt on.
Man, I just put a nice little Travis Scott shirt. I wanted to just fucking pose up with it, bro. But I felt like I should have asked for the photo, but I didn't. But it's still in his closet. So, you know, like, I think they're trying to sell it. I think they can make 2K back. And what I'm trying to tell them to do is say it was used by women. And motherfuckers will go fucking crazy over it. They will pay 3K on God. rich motherfuckers will pay you to fuck their wife. I saw a podcast with a young Brad Martin. He said like he was coming up, working here, LA, and then he was at a gym, and this guy went up to him and he's like, "Oh man, you're fucking big. You look good." And he was like, "Yeah man, thank you. I'll train you." He was like, "You should train my wife." He was like, "You should really train my wife." And he's like, "Yeah, I'll fucking train your wife." He's like, "All right, come over this day." Then he goes over, and then he's talking about his wife. He's like, "Yeah, like." He started asking questions like, "Yeah, you know, like, what do you like to do?" And then he would throw little subtle ones like, "How big is your dick?" You know, like shit like that. And like he's like a young guy, so he was kind of like, you know, like fucking nervous. And at the end of the day, he's like, "I'll pay you $8,000 to fuck my wife if I get to watch."
What the fuck?
Yeah, $8,000. And then he was like, "Yeah, dude, of course, right?" Like he was down. He was like, "Fuck yeah!" And he was like, "All right, I'm gonna introduce you to my wife." So then like the wife comes in and shit, and like he said like this. He's like, "I was so 100% down to fuck the wife," and he was like, the wife wasn't even like ugly. He was like, the wife was kind of bad, but then when he saw the wife, he said like the life was gone from his wife. Like she had been through this, and she 100% hates it. Like it's just like the husband being like, "You gotta get railed for me." So he was like, because of that, he didn't fuck her. But then he regrets not fucking her, so he could say he actually fucked the wife. But imagine that, dude. Like the wife was like just fucking gone. Like her eyes would just show that she did not want to do this.
That's like low-key sad though, just to think about.
No, it's sad as fuck.
Just like, imagine like being with somebody and it's like, especially like a wife, right? Like this is like supposed to be your husband. This is supposed to be somebody that like you love and like
protects you too.
Exactly, and like all this like fucking like, all your husband thinks about is like, God, I wish my wife was being fucked by someone else.
It's fucking crazy. I remember I got offered that maybe like almost 2 years ago. I was on Hinge, and like I swiped up on this chick and shit, and we're like talking, chit-chatting, and she was like, "How far have you gone with like girls?" And like, I mean, I fuck girls, right? I fuck girls.
I fucking fuck.
And she was like, "Have you gone into like other territory?" And I was like, "Nothing crazy." And she was like, "What about like somebody watching?" And I was like, "No." And she was like,
"Wait, you never had like a girl like take a bath with you?"
No, watching. Like
watching.
Yeah. And I was like, "No." And then then she tells me that I'm married. And she's like 26, dude. You know, right? She's like, "I'm married." And she's like, "I want you to fuck me, but I want you to I want my husband to see." And then I was thinking about it. I was like, "Fuck, man, that's fucking weird." She's like, us three can meet at a bar, and we can, you know, go about it. See if we connect, and if he wants you to fuck me, you know.
What the fuck?
If I pass the shit test, right? So we're chit-chatting for like 2 weeks. And then at some point I was, 2 weeks in, no, like the first weekend I was like, all right, I'm down. I want to do this just because I could say I could do it, and I fucked. And just for the story, literally purely for the story.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, she wasn't a fucking 10 out of 10 bitch that was worth fucking like that. And again, I could have fucking got raped, you know?
Right.
I would have been fucked. And then I just kept fucking working at Fish Grill every weekend. And these motherfuckers didn't fucking give me a day off any weekend, ever. And she was only available on the weekends because she's like, we can only do the weekends because the kids, like, I mean, my parents could take care of the kids on the weekend. This woman had kids too, dude.
What the fuck?
And eventually the plan just fell through because I had to keep like bailing. And I lost my opportunity to cuck. Literally cuck a bitch. I'm a man, literally cuck him. That would have been
sad for you.
That would have been a great story, dude.
With the boy, on our way to go see Trash Days. Really dark. We're a little late. There was like no fucking parking like anywhere, bro. Like,
hold up. Let me tee up.
Thank you. There was like no fucking parking like anywhere, dude. It was like actually terrible. We had to go, like, we're right in front of the theater. I'll take a pic of it right now. It looks so cool.
Then it was time to check into the location, the Wiltshire Theater. We checked in and sat and waited for the show, and then the boys arrived. Apologies for the audio here, we had our mics on and it got really loud. The The live show worked in a sort of segmented format, which each of the 3 boys getting a chance to host, if you will. There was plenty of interaction from the audience, and genuinely without spoiling all that happened is an experience completely worth going to. If you're going to see the show live, you're doing yourself a favor. For the final portion of the show, the boys brought out the manager of Real Go Touring, Egoraptor, or Aaron from Game Grumps. And after having lost the games, Connor appeared only as he could.
I can smell it from here, man. Alright. But that's just about it for the show. What do you guys think? You look like an old man sleeping in like the 1920s. All you need is like a little candlestick. I just hate Christmas so much. I hate Christmas.
Hi, hello. We just finished the show. It was absolutely fucking amazing. What was your favorite part, Abe?
Dude, it had to be the USA chants.
That's my favorite part. The USA. So there was they were doing panels, and we have a couple clips, not too many, but they were doing panels of like different answers and stuff, and one of the answers that came up was, what's the greatest, like, what is something America does the best? And one of them was freedom, and then everybody in the crowd started chanting USA, USA. It was so fucking hype, bro.
And then it was like pizza too, like,
yeah.
Someone said pizza, and then everyone was like, USA, USA. It was so lit.
It was such a good show, and Aaron from Game Grumps, who runs Real Good Touring, who they're doing the show with, he made an appearance. Thank you for the moving like Abe. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Check out Abe's stuff. Shout out anything you want to shout out.
For real, shout out my Instagram, shout out my TikTok.
Swiggity swag, what's in the bag?
You already know, at Abe Salas, at Astro Abe, you already know.
And I'll see you next time. Catch you later.
Yes, sir.